into disturbances at the concert. He said a decision on criminal proceedings will be made at a later date. Here's a report from Harry Smith.
The arrests were made after scuffles broke out between punks and skinheads at an open-air rock concert in Glasgow's Kelvingrove Park. The 45 arrested had been expected to appear this morning at Glasgow Sheriff Court, but as friends and relatives began to gather, they were told there had been a change of plan. The detainees had been brought to the court from the two police stations where they'd been held since Saturday, but instead of being charged, they were released from the cells, 2 or 3 at a time, and told they were free to go. Among those waiting outside were a group calling themselves the Anarchist Legal Support Group. They handed out leaflets urging those just released to help compile evidence supporting their claim that the police had overreacted and used unnecessary force.
It was a group of skinheads that had been hanging about all day, and the police had seen this. There'd already been scuffles between them, and the amount of violence that was used was just like unbelievable from the police. Like their truncheons were out the minute they were there, and they were just like beating people up to get them in vans and stuff.
People had separated the folk who were fighting in the first place, and then the police dived into it and the whole thing started up again because they started arresting the people who'd gone in to stop the fighting.
Tonight, a spokesman for Strathclyde Police said they hadn't received any complaints about their operation at Kelvingrove Park on Saturday. If and when any
police inquiries, a decision on criminal proceedings is expected. Meanwhile, there have been allegations that many of those arrested were wrongfully held and that police overreacted when a disturbance broke out at the open-air event.
About 300 people attended the rock concert at Kelvingrove Park on Saturday night. Bands from Scotland and the north of England played mainly punk music. The 45 arrests followed a scuffle which broke out on the stage of the bandstand. Police arrested 31 men, 11 women and 3 juveniles. At the Sheriff Court, the Procurator Fiscal released them from custody after considering the police report. The police have been asked to make further inquiries. Meanwhile, eyewitnesses at the rock concert have claimed that police overreacted to the disturbance and that many people should not have been arrested. Some have formed a support group to gather information on the disturbance.
Well, we feel that people were wrongfully arrested on Saturday, and there was a great amount of police violence used against the people that were arrested. So we're here to show our support for them, also get evidence together, photos and statements of eyewitnesses that were there, and lodge an official police complaint.
There was like a fight broke out, and from what I've seen, like the police just went and grabbed anyone they could, and they didn't know, they just sort of like, oh, that person's got a skinhead, we'll grab him. That seemed to be their attitude, or that person's a punk, like grab him, or if someone said something wrong to them, like they just immediately grabbed them and took them away.
Strathclyde Police would make no comment on the allegations. They